Sagittarius, the ninth sign of the Zodiac, represents exploration, expansion, travel, higher education. So these people are inclined to these things. Mentally, it's the conscientiousness and it's optimism. So these people have a natural inclination towards such concepts and ideas. Sagittarius has Capricorn in the second place. This explains the sequence of life lessons, because Sagittarius is being outgoing, being overboard or overindulgent. The immediate condition calls for restriction, self-containment, discipline. Right? So these are the things that they encounter early in life. Sagittarius, being the sign of the explorer, is also the sign of the philosopher. And having Aquarius in the third place means that these people are attracted to and they strive to be those who know what they're speaking about, right? And they have a serious peeve for people that don't know what they're talking about, trying to press their opinions on others. Because Sagittarius points to being outgoing and overboard, it also speaks to frankness and honesty. Right? And Aquarius in the third place of Sagittarius talks about freedom of speech. Talks about knowing what you're talking about. So these are the qualities that Sagittarius people gravitate to. The fourth place describes a living condition. It talks about what they want in their home. These people, if they're religious, they have shrines in their home. If they're spiritual, they have shrines set up in their home. Also, they're very private about their domestic situation. So these ain't the people who you're just gonna knock on their door without calling and get a positive response. In the fifth place of love and children, these people have the sign of Aries. So these are the fathers who encourage their sons to play ball or to engage in sports, or they want their children to be competitive in whatever field or market they decide to get into, right? This also speaks to them learning to love themselves. One of the most important lessons that a Sagittarius individual is going to go through is the fact that they need to cultivate self-love. In their youth, they are exposed to conditions that make them consider these things. In the sixth place, we got Taurus, right? Now the sixth place talks about how you act when you are in a service capacity. So these people work for money, all right? They don't have to like their jobs most of the time. As long as the job is paying good, they'll learn to love it, okay? These people value themselves in the service capacity. So they're not just going to jump out there and be of service without any compensation type of upliftment coming out of it. You would rather bathe every in turd than deal with a stupid individual. Gemini has a sign of intelligence, and the seventh place deals with partnership. So they want to be able to rely on your intelligence, come to you for a suggestion, saying if they can't do these things, the relationship is not going to garner much stability with them for long. In the eighth place of transformation, this is where your life changes, right? Your mother plays a very serious role, or prominent women in the family play a very serious role in forcing you to look at the value of life, right? Also, the family takes a high precedence, and because the eighth place deals with life and death circumstances, Sagittarius is willing to go all out for the family. Leo in the ninth place, they want autonomy to investigate, to explore, to educate. These people love the idea of educating themselves 24/7. No matter what they're doing, no matter where they're going, they find something educational about the process to enjoy. This is a Virgo in the 10th place. And these people tend to be very concerned about hygiene and cleanliness when they're out in public or when they're engaging people in a professional capacity. Before they sit their ass down in a car, before they drink out of the glass in the restaurant, before they put that restaurant spoon in their mouth. These are the ones that are most inclined to check. And when they come to visit you, the first thing they think about is how clean or messy your house is. So if they don't have anything to say about your living conditions, it's probably because you live in fast. Friendships and associations, their alliances and mutual interactions. That's what Libra is. Friendships and association and their mutual and cooperative venture. They look for their friends to do this, okay? They look to their associations to do this. And if there's no reciprocity, they're not going to stay friends with you because they believe in equality and their friendships are based on that reciprocal principle. They all have Scorpio in the 12th place. The 12th place is your imagination, man. It's also your fear. So these people are here dealing with overcoming their fear of death, right? For one, they're going to face situations that cause them to contemplate overcoming that fear, or they're going to be placed in circumstances that deal with that, right? Sagittarius puts the sign of courage in the 5th place. Having to deal with the fear of death is one that they all contemplate. They also imagine what it's like in the afterworld. But in social conditions, they didn't like to kiss and tell it. They like to keep their sexual exploits private. And when we talk about this whole thing, the mundane sense of mind, Sagittarius deals with publishing. It deals with the dispersal of information, right, on a broad scale. So that talks about information getting to the people. Sagittarius is the sign of teaching, which talks about informing the mind.